planet.
Okay. That's what, that's
But it
all I
might
wanted
have
to
been
know.
some other planet.
Okay. Thank you.
We hardly have any structures on our planet at all. Our cities are our spaceships. Our planet is mostly park-like. There are a few structures, but they're very simple. However, could be another planet, one that you have a resonance connection with. Could be symbolic, could be literal. Depends.
Do you have any suggestions on?
Well, how did it make you feel?
When I flew over it?
Yes.
Well, the buildings were moving.
Yes. Yes.
I had the feeling that there was something like more than 3 dimensions.
Oh, yes, of course. Kind of goes without saying, since you were flying.
Yeah. And it was really beautiful.
Yes. And what did it open up within you? Did it open up any new possibilities, any new insights, any new ideas, any new inspirations? How did it allow you to feel you might have changed? What did it reflect to you about how you might have already changed?
When the vision and the toning finished,
Yes.
for the first time in my life, I didn't hear the chatter in my mind.
Well, congratulations. Now you have felt that vibrational level. Now you can recreate that anytime you wish. Once you know a frequency, you can always recreate it just by remembering the experience. That's what it's for. That's what your imagination is for. Creating a vibrational reality that is representative of the state of being you prefer, then doing everything you can to closely approximate the behavior you see yourself doing in that reality. You follow me?
Yes.
So by doing that, by using your imagination as a mirror, by mirroring it as close as you can in physical reality on Earth, you will be bringing that vibration into your reality and allowing your reality to transform as closely as it possibly can to that experience. Make sense?
Yes.
That's what imagination is for. And as we said, imagination is actually the conduit of communication between physical mind and higher mind. You see? That's where you talk. That's how the higher mind talks. In imagination, in feeling, in picture, in passion. Higher mind always is communicating with physical mind using passion poems. Physical mind just has to be quiet and listen. And feel it in the heart. Because remember, the heart thinks too, not just the brain. But it thinks in a different way. Heart and mind blended together will always hear higher mind's passion poems. Make sense? Yes. Does that help? Anything else you wish to say about that?
I'm just really want to thank you. That was really, really beautiful.
Thank you. Please remember, all of you, please remember, circumstances do not determine your state of being. Your state of being determines your circumstances. Circumstances, therefore, do not matter. Only your state of being matters. Circumstances do not matter. Do not materialize things. Only your state of being matters. Brings energy into matter. Materializes things. So it's not the circumstances in your life, it's how you respond to them that makes the difference in your life. It's not whether the outside world has changed in response to your spiritual growth that matters. It's whether your spiritual growth allows you to respond differently to the circumstances, even if they stay the same. That means you have actually grown. Do not rely on the outer world as your measuring stick for your own spiritual growth. Rely on your response to the outer world to determine how much you have grown. If you still react the same way to an old circumstance, you haven't grown. It has nothing to do with whether or not that circumstance should be in your life anymore. We hear many people on your planet say, but I'm too spiritual to have attracted that in my life. What? It is there. Therefore, it's there for a reason. The reason may be to test yourself and see that if you still react the same way you used to, that you actually haven't grown spiritually. Whereas if the same situation can cause a completely different response in you in a more positive way, then you have grown. You have changed. Remember, nothing in life has built-in meaning. One of the greatest gifts, I know this is going to sound funny in your language, I will explain. One of the greatest gifts creation has given to everyone in creation is that life is meaningless. What? Meaningless? Yes, meaningless in the strictest sense of the word. There is no built-in meaning. You have been given the power to give things meaning. The meaning you give them determines the effect you get from them. Remember, third law, what you put out is what you get back. Life and the events and circumstances in it are nothing but a neutral set of illusionary props. Your response to them, your experience of your relationship to them, that's reality. There is no physical reality. It's only your experience of it that's real, not physical reality itself. So when you have a circumstance or a situation show up in your life, how you respond to it, what meaning you put into it, is what determines where you are in your spiritual growth. Because if you think you're spiritual but still react in the same old way to something that looks the same as it did before, it's simply telling you haven't changed much. But if you now understand and see that it can serve double duty, that it doesn't have built-in meaning, if you pause and say, wait a minute, that doesn't automatically have to mean something negative. I decide what it means. I determine and decide. So I decide that even though I may not understand specifically how it can serve me in a positive way, it does. Why? Because I said so. That's why. Because the universe will back me up on that. That's why. And when I give it a positive meaning, I will ultimately be allowed to see how it will unfold into my life with a positive effect. All I need to know is the only thing that matters is not the circumstance, state of being is the only thing that matters.